Hey guys, welcome back to part number 4 of my F-22 build. Now, last week we did a great job and we painted this guy up looking really nice and shiny, but this week we need to take it more from toy-like to more realism. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some post shading, pick out some panels and change some different colors, shift the colors a little bit. We're going to add the decals and then we're going to weather it. Now, I've got to be careful with the weathering on this one because I like the metallic sheen, so I'm not going to use any clear coats to get rid of that. And we'll use products we can use where it's not going to take away that look and that luster on the aircraft. So let's go ahead and get started. Hey guys, welcome back to a new part of the F-22 build. Now, last episode we left it off where I basically put up block colors down, and I mentioned at the end of the video today we'll get into the weathering and post shading and also work on the canopy. Despite that, I loved it, but somebody put a comment right away on my video saying, it looks like a toy. Dude, you obviously didn't listen to the video. So yeah, if you leave a comment on YouTube, maybe you should listen to the video and what I said, because obviously, as I mentioned, it's just the block colors. So today we're going to really make it look more realistic. So my little round's over, let's get started, and we're going to work on the canopy. So as promised in my teaser, I've got a product which I think is going to work. So it's this guy right here, and it's Alclad. And it's transparent yellow, Alclad 402. Sorry, the light's shining right in that shiny label there. And look, it looks pretty good, right? So what we're going to do is, before I go ahead and spray the inside of my canopy, I'm going to give it a quick test shot. So I just realized I got these Johnson's Q-tips right here, and it's got a clear top. So why not? I know it's obviously not clear, not totally clear, but let's spray a little bit and see how it goes down. So a little bit of a science experiment. We're going to spray this. It's obviously very important as well. Your airbrush is very clean because this is a transparent color. I just literally just painted a blue truck earlier today, and I want obviously make sure no blue paint's in that airbrush, because if so, it's going to mess up with this. So definitely make sure we've got nice clean airbrush, and then just light misting coat on the bottom of this just to see how it sprays and how it looks. And then before we commit to doing a canopy. So let me go ahead, give it a quick little spray, let it dry, and come back and we'll see if it really is going to be a viable product. But looking at the bottle there, it does look pretty kind of spot on. So fingers crossed. Okay, so sprayed this part right here, and it looks really good as a tinted canopy for, like, for example, F-16s, Prowlers, all that kind of, those aircraft have that kind of radar kind of. Alright, so sprayed it, actually worked really good. So obviously with glass parts you always spray from the inside. I'm sprayed from the inside, and it's that little part there, and you can see it actually sprayed beautifully. Which again was the Alclad transparent yellow. It sprayed so beautifully, I just got caught up in a moment and I sprayed the inside of the canopy. Then I realized it's beautiful and it's great for like an F-16 or a Prowler, but it doesn't have that metallic sheen. So look through my cupboard. Well, my drawers, and I found for gold paint. I don't have any gold paint which would mix with Alclad, which is like enamel based. I have some like Model Air and stuff like that, but it would just turn its cottage cheese. So I did find I had some brass, Mr. Metal, 219. Hold it a little closer. Brass. Obviously gold is where you want to go for, but brass, I looked at it and thought, yeah, it's not too far off. So what I did was literally a tiny amount, like just literally dip a toothpick in it, and mixed it with some of the yellow, and I sprayed, and you can see that part right there gives that metallic sheen, and you can still see through it. Here I sprayed a little bit too thick, but again, gives you an idea. So sprayed it on the canopy and on the inside of the canopy, and just the problem was it was masked on the outside, so I couldn't really tell exactly, you know, how much I was putting on. But I went really light, but still it was a little bit too dark. I couldn't see through it. So I had a problem because it's lacquer paint, enamel paints. I can't remove it with lacquer thinner because it'll just crazy and just fog the whole canopy. So what I basically did was got myself my Tamiya sponge, sanding sponges. This is 3000 grit and 600. So I started, this didn't do much. So I started with 600, basically sanded off all the paint from the inside. Then came with 3000 to kind of smooth it out, make it, you know, plastic fine. But it kind of made the canopy, it wasn't quite so clear, you know, because you had micro scratches on it. So I came back with my polishing sponge here and worked this one, and again sanding from the inside, and got it all polished up, and went again. So the same mix again. We did the yellow, transparent yellow, which again sprays beautifully, mixed with a tiny little drop of this. This goes a long way, the brass, and I got what I wanted. So let me kind of show you. So, ta-da! And there we go. You can see through it. See? And it has that kind of metallic kind of sheen and light. Now, we're obviously, it's nighttime right now, so you have a camera light. It's not daylight, we have lights on the camera, but it has that, you can see it spraying on the inside, and you have that kind of look, and I'm really happy how it turned out. Now, obviously I use brass, I don't want to go spend a bunch of money buying gold paint just for this, but if you have gold paint it'll work a lot better, I think. But still, brass kind of worked out pretty nice. So, if I place the canopy back on the fuselage, here, sorry, let me just kind of work it so it'll fall off. And there we go. What do you guys think? I think it looks pretty awesome to me. It's really hard to see, it has different angles, how it catches the light. When the sunlight comes on, again, you can just see through it once the seat goes in and stuff. And there we go. I think it's a win. I'm really see the shine, the metallic. And I'm really happy how that turned out. So yeah, so I'm happy with experimenting, and in the end the canopy turned out good. So my lessons learned for this is make sure you unmask the top side when you spray the inside so you can see it, get a better idea of how much you're putting down, and just low air pressure, light misting coat, and again this stuff does spray beautifully. And if any F-16s or anything like that you want just traditional tinting, I definitely would recommend this. Very easy to work with, but from adding metallic to it, again, I think it looks spot on to me for a model, basically, for my look. And there we go. It's going to fall off if I... So there we go. The canopy's done. So now we're going to turn our attention to the actual aircraft. So what I've done is I've sanded down some of these areas since last time, just with a very old polishing sponge, probably about 1,000 grit, if not higher, just to really kind of just take away some, add some dirt, take away some of the sheen. And then on the lighter parts, I can't remember exactly what the mix was. It was the, I think it was super stainless we mixed with the, which one was it? With light gold grey. I just sprayed this neat. So I just put a little bit in airbrush, low pressure, and just sprayed certain parts around, which as around here, just purely with neat this super stainless. And just kind of break it up a little bit. We've got a long way to go. So my next stop with this is, I want to mask up certain areas, panels, and I'm going to spray with a slightly different color and knock it back a little bit, and then we can do some weathering because it just still looks a little bit too uniform. It needs breaking up more, and once the wash goes on too, I think it's really going to pick out all these details and make it kind of look really good, hopefully. So this is all new territory for me. I never built like these 5th generation jets, and working with these metallic canopies and stuff, all new stuff, but so far it seems to be working out okay. So let me go ahead and work on getting some of these panels painted different colors and stuff, and we'll come right back. Okay, so I've made another mix-up of light camo. It's been about a week since I last did it, and because I eyeballed it, didn't use like proper measuring, it's gonna be a slight shade or two out. So masked a few places off, and so I can hit panels with different colors. This one there, obviously, and this I peeled off already on the side here. And I don't know if you can see on the camera, but slight shade or two out, which is perfect. And I've masked some more panels, different places. So just working my way around, spraying slight different shades of the color, just to kind of pick these panels out, and that's kind of what I'm up to right now. So I want to show you kind of where I'm at. Let's say I peeled a couple off already, and there's that panel there I did. In the light, you can see slight shade or two out, which is perfect. So I want to kind of really break this up. Okay, quick update where I'm at. As you can see, made some progress here. So first of all, mottled the dark color. How I did that was simply taking a drop or two of the lighter camo, mixing it with the darker one, and just light air pressure by airbrush, just spraying, mottling in, and kind of breaking that color up. See more at the front here, which I guess not exactly what pictures show me, what reference pictures, but typical kind of weathering on the aircraft, just how I like to do it, and it definitely makes it a little bit different. So first of all, the light there, you can see there, it's definitely still catching the light, that sheen. Picked up panels should I say, masked them off, a lot of masking. See this one here, it's picking up different shades. So taking the light camo color and either going shade lighter or darker. Just the darker color, I just added a drop of the dark camo, and lighter just a little bit more of the light gold gray. Sorry. So I picked up panels. You can see a couple of panels there, front here, and side, just all over. Really, just picking up various panels. Didn't really do too much on the underside because you're not going to see much. So really focusing on top. So pick out certain panels, again just a lot of masking. Did that, and then finally, as you can see, the black. So per instructions, it's saying to use flat black, so I use my Mr. Surface of 1500 black. Same as used for primer, and basically masked all these off, which weren't really that difficult, just a little tedious. So masked them all off, these areas, sprayed them all, which actually gives a nice kind of visual effect, kind of stands out, doesn't it? And then on the underside too, there's a few right there. So I did look at reference pics, and then some of them do actually look black, but when the light does catch it, it goes to more of like a metallic bronzy kind of colour. I'm quite happy with black actually, just like I said, it kind of sets it off a little bit here and makes it look a little bit different. So that's kind of where we're at with the painting side of things. See, from when we started, definitely not looking like the toy. It's looking a little bit more weathered now, whether it's totally accurate, I'm not that sure, but put the canopy on, you can see how we're looking. Pretty cool. So I think I'm happy with where I'm at now in terms of using the airbrush and paint. Anymore, I think I'm in use weathering stage. So next up, I'm going to put the decals on, which there are not many at all. Put a few decals on, and then we'll go to work with some washes and so maybe some of the oils and stuff as well to really kind of bring out some of this detail. So, but again, as far as paint goes, I think I'm happy where I'm at. So I could probably go to town more with some more panels and the underside, but again, you're not really going to see it. So I'm going to, like I said, put decals on. I'm not going to go through how I put decals on because I've done it a million times before, and I think I mentioned this already in the part number 1. This build series is more about, it's a brand new kit, see how it well goes together, and kind of talk about a few products I use, but I'm not really going to go into tutorials of how I put, the basic stuff like decals and putting panel line washes and stuff like that, because all my other build series you can see that. So that's kind of where I'm at. Let me go ahead and start putting these decals down, and we can come back and start the weathering. Alright, so we're pretty much weathered, so I know a big jump. So decals are on, and no problem at all. I never had a problem with HobbyBoss decals. They seem just to work pretty good and easy to work with. It definitely adds a little bit, dimension there. The decals here, and not many, probably about 50 on the whole aircraft, but just a few there, here and there, definitely make the difference. So not only did I add the decals, but you can see I've actually weathered it as well. So firstly, what I did is I'm worried with decals that I was going to, I had the wash and stuff, I was going to accidentally kind of scratch them off or rub them off. So I ordered just over the decals. I came with my Model Master, sealer from Metallizer. Sealer from Metallizer. This is like a lacquer. I didn't thin it. I just sprayed it straight from the bottle, and didn't spray the whole aircraft. I just sprayed certain parts over the decals, basically, like here, across there, the tails. And that was pretty much it, just to protect them. So I left it a couple of hours for it to dry, and then I came back in, as always, with my dark dirt wash. This happens to be Flory models. Real easy. I'll put a picture up if I remember. Let's just brush it all on, let it dry for 30 minutes, and wipe it off with a paper towel. It's easy as that. Because this is a nice shiny finish, it just rubs right off, it doesn't stay much, and it just picks out the panel lines and that kind of thing. So I did that, then straight on top of that, no clear coat on top of that. Like I said, no clear coats. The only one I've done is the Metallizer, just for the decals. Then another one of my favorites, channel favorites, you guys will know, is Starship Filth, Aptalong. This is 510 Starship Filth. I probably want to buy another one of these. These are amazing colour. It's just a nice kind of, let me kind of open up and you can kind of see it. The camera picks up that kind of colour, just grimy kind of colour. So literally just tiny little piece of drop of this stuff, and neat, just with a brush, just dip it, like almost dry brushing to wipe away all the excess on the paper towel, and just ran across some lines. So my inspiration, again, I can put a picture up if I remember at this stage, is a picture I saw, and you see down here especially, you can see there's areas which does get pretty grimy. So I've gone through, not gone crazy, very subtly, a few things back here, streaks, flaps, see a few streaks here and there, a few panel lines I've accentuated with the oils on the side, and we've ended up with this. So from looking like a toy at the beginning to this, I think it looks a lot different, right? I hope you agree, it looks pretty cool. I didn't go over top with the underneath, because you're not going to see it, it's going to be displayed like this on a base, so on a shelf or a table or somewhere. So that's kind of how we're looking. I'm really liking how it looks. just those few little bits of black and a few decals just really make it kind of come to life, I think. And again, there he is. There she is. And then I've just glued the frame on the bottom of the canopy. We have the canopy open, I think, on this one. But it's going to sit anyway, something like that kind of look. That gives you the full effect. Actually, I think it just clips on. Anyway, but get the idea. So that's how we're looking. Got the canopy taken care of. Very happy with that. You can definitely see through it. Got the seat left to do, obviously, and we weathered the main jet. So that's the main bulk of it done. So I'm gonna wrap the video up here. This ends part number 4, I think we're up to, and we're pretty much there. So I've got a lot of gear, like bay doors, because obviously there's so much, you know, so much stuff, open stuff here. All this has doors and stuff, so I got to paint all that stuff, get all that prepared. Got the seat to do, got the gear to get on. I got the exhaust back here to do. So still a few little things. It's certainly not anywhere near finished yet, but obviously the main weathering and the fuselage is done. So what I'll do is I'll make next week the final part, or I'm saying next week, whenever the next part will go up, next week or two, that will be the final part, and we'll take care of the last few parts, and then we will do the final reveal. So yeah, great kit actually. It's pretty good. And just sub point, I know I mentioned it was £99 or $150 very back in my review, you know, what, a month or two ago. Scale Hobbyist actually has these for $99.99 so you get these for $100 now, which is not a bad price. Well, for a modern 48 scale jet, that seems to be the going price right now. But again, the fit was really good. I had issue with the intakes, but obviously I think that was my own doing, not the kit's itself. But yeah, that is it. Hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next time.